Hi everyone, my name's Alan Berecka. I've been asked by my friend Joe Wilson to tell you that I've published 4 books of poems, 3 chapbooks, been in many journals, including the Windward Review and the Switchgrass Review, fine local journals that I hope you folks get a chance to support. I'm going to read to you 3 poems today, and since I'm recording this on Labor Day, I'm going to start with a brand new one called A Blue Collar Heaven. My father never got a paid day off, no sick days, no holidays, not even Christmas. So he worked on every eve and birthday, dragged himself to work with fevers and stitches, often over my mother's protest, because the goddamn bills won't pay themselves. His tin knocker union had a healthy strike fund, so he never voted to ratify a single contract. No matter how reasonable the terms, no matter if Jesus Christ himself returned to Utica as a union boss and preached on the value of ratification, my old man's mind would have remained unchanged, even if he knew his thumbs down would place his back pew Catholic soul in peril, because nothing he could imagine came closer to paradise than sitting on a cheap lawn chair in his backyard on a weekday afternoon while nursing a cold brew and watching his grass grow, all the while knowing that a fat check from the union sat in his bank account, answering his most basic of prayers. Joe asked me to read you a couple of poems from my latest book, The Hamlet of Stittville, and this one's called A Suffering of Idiots. And by the way, talking about suffering, I'm trying to do this with an inflamed esophagus. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Of Suffering and Idiots, with an epigraph, all for one and one for all, from Alexander Dumas. As a kid, I could never understand why my father went ballistic when my Uncle Ben said something stupid. Everyone knew Ben was an idiot, a good man of sorts, but limited at best. In his clumsy attempts to impress, Ben flashed his profound ignorance. The fact that he dropped out in the 3rd grade never kept him from claiming that he had aced calculus. Once, when Ben overheard my aunt and mother commiserating about that time of month, he bragged as a kid on the farm he had ridden a menstrual cycle without training wheels before he had turned 6. Everyone laughed, but my father fumed. He screamed, "Ben, you talk like a guy with a paper asshole." My wounded uncle wept. My mother screamed, "Albert!" And the rest of us sat there, laughing, wondering, what the hell is a paper asshole? Today in a meeting, a psych professor who is long on ego and short on brains was holding our pointless committee hostage yet again with his mindless prattling. But when he said, "and I for one," the inane phrase sparked a rage so hot in my core that it fried the filter that normally sits between my mouth and brain, and I found myself barking, "And I for one? What are you, some kind of schizophrenic musketeer?" The virgin silence slowly filled with the titters of a few committee members, while others stared at our tabletop as if they hoped the etiquette for exiting the awkward situation I had caused could be found in its fake veneer. The prattling pedant blushed and hushed, and then gave me that hurt, "you're a real asshole" kind of look, and I thought, touche, D'Artagnan, but at least I'm not a paper one. By the way, the second half of that poem is purely fictional, because I told you I worked at Del Mar College. I don't want to get in trouble, or think anybody at Del Mar is like that. Finally, go end with a love poem. It's called Why Matter Might Matter. The more I think about the size of the universe in relation to the size of the earth, in relation to the size of each of us, I have a hard time thinking anything can matter that consists of such little matter. And yet there is a woman with green eyes who makes me forget the long odds, with a certain look and a certain smile, and can make me stop thinking and start living as if there is so much that does matter. Thank you. It's been a great honor to take part in your series, even in this small way.